Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss active and passive voice. So this is a very important chapter in grammar and it looks difficult, but once you understand how to do it, it will be very simple for you. So active and passive voice, let me write one sentence, active sentence. So if I write here Ram kicked the ball. So Ram kicked the ball is an active voice. Okay, and if I write here the ball was kicked by Ram is a passive voice. So our definition would be like this. This is the subject, kicked, verb, the ball is your object, and in this sentence the ball is your subject, was kicked, verb, and Ram is your object, by is your preposition. So Ram kicked the ball, that means Ram is doing something, he is kicking the ball. Second sentence, the ball was kicked by Ram, so that means the ball is subject, so something is done to the subject. Here also Ram is kicking the ball. Okay, so when subject is doing or performing the action, it is called active voice. When subject receives the action, it is called passive voice. Okay, so when subject is doing or performing the action, it is called active voice. Here Ram is doing something, he is kicking the ball. When subject receives the action, so here the subject is receiving the action, the ball was kicked by Ram, so subject has been kicked by Ram. Okay, so that is called passive voice. In other words, when subject does something, it is called active voice. When something is done to the subject, it is called passive voice. Suppose this pen, if I say I picked up the pen, so I picked up the pen, so here I is doing something and I is the subject, so it is active voice. Okay, if I write this sentence, the pen was picked up by me, or this much only, then it will be our passive voice, because something is done to this pen, it is being picked up. Okay, the pen was picked up, so this is our passive voice. Now let us discuss how different tenses are changed into passive voice. So the first sentence that is written here is he writes a letter. So writes is the verb and it is simple present tense. A letter is object, he is the subject. So you have to bring this object at the front. A letter writes is written by him, so he will go here into and changes into him, and writes will change into is written. And this verb, always remember, you have to use the past participle, that is the third form of verb. It means like this. So write is present tense, wrote is past tense, and written is your past participle. So always you have to use the past participle verb in passive voice. Okay, suppose if I write here sing, past tense of sing is sang, and past participle will be sung. So you have to use song. Eat, ate, eaten. So you have to use eaten in passive voice. Always use past participle. Now next one, he wrote a letter. So wrote, simple past tense, so it will be like this. A letter was written by him. So look at the change. Wrote, was, written. Okay. He is writing a letter. Is writing, present continuous tense. So your passive voice will be a letter is being written by him. Is writing, is being written. He was writing a letter. Was writing, past continuous. So a letter was being written by him. So look at the tense, was being written. So continuous tense, you have to add being, B-E-I-N-G, being. Next one is he has written a letter. He has written a letter. Has written, that means present perfect. So passive voice will be a letter has been written by him. Has been written. So past perfect tenses we have to use been. Continuous tense being, perfect tense been. So next one is also he had written a letter, that is past perfect tense. This is present perfect, this is past perfect. So it will be like this. A letter had been written by him. Had written, had been written. So next is he will write a letter. So you can see here will write, this is simple future tense. So it will be changed like this. A letter will be written by him. So simple future will be written or shall be written. Okay. And the last one is he will have written a letter. Will have written, that is future perfect tense. Okay. So answer will be a letter will have been written by him. Will have been written. So in this way we change the different tenses into passive voice. And if you notice, I have left two tenses, that is future perfect continuous tense and past perfect continuous tense, because they cannot be changed into a passive voice. So what you have to remember is you have to use the third form of verb, that is the past participle. Okay, written, sung, eaten, etc. And object will become the subject and subject will become the object in passive voice. Okay, and vice versa. That means we can change the passive voice into active voice also. Okay, and the process is similar, just the opposite of what we have done just now. And you can see here I have written he writes a letter is written by him. sometimes the object could be plural also. Suppose if it was letters, then at that time we have to write letters are written by him. Okay, instead of is it will be are. Okay, and similarly here also were, instead of was it would have been were. Okay, so you have to remember whether the object is singular or plural. Okay, if it is plural you have to use plural verb. You know that subject verb agreement. So I hope you have understood something from this short video. Thank you everyone. Thank you very much.